Dearest listeners, book babes and book bros, welcome to Book Babble. I'm your host, Tanya, and today my co-host is Hannah. Hannah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a reader from Colorado, and I'm happy to be here.
She has been my lovely co-host recently, and you'll see a lot more of her in the upcoming episodes, so keep an eye out. And today, our special guest of the hour is AK Landow. Do you want to introduce yourself, AK?
Sure. I am AK Landow. I have been dubbed the Queen of RaunchCom for my raunchy comedies. Somebody posted that in a review once, and I kind of latched onto it because it's very descriptive, very accurate, and a lot of fun. So I'm excited to be here and talk with you all about my books.
Well, we are thrilled to have the Queen of Raunch come on here, and we are so excited to dig into that a little bit. So, are you ready to babble?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm putting 5 minutes on the clock, and Hannah will start us out.
Ooh. All right.
Okay,
I
my
feel like
favorite way.
I feel like I'm giving answers on Family Feud.
Oh, this is easy. This is easy. I start easy. My favorite way to start is asking what your go-to auto-buy authors are.
Well, TL Swan, because I wouldn't be writing if it wasn't for TL Swan. Jade Dalston, who is my author bestie, and we came up together in this and help each other and work together and do crossovers and fun stuff. And so sorry, my cat wants to get in on this too. Um, Jabon Davis, I love. And that's a good way for me to kind of mix it up out of the comedy area where it gets a little darker, which I don't think I could ever write, but I enjoy reading it. The three of them are just automatic for me. I think I've read everything all of them have written, and I beta read for Jade Dalston, so I get her babies in their infancy.
So, I
Fun.
will be adding some new books to my TBR, it
Yes.
sounds like. And I always start out with something more along the lines of what inspired you to write the types of stories you write, because you write like people in their, I believe their 30s, 40s, so not the younger.
All over the place. So I actually got into writing because of TL Swan. But she kind of gave me the push I needed to actually put my fingers on the keyboard. But my initial just drive was to write women over 40 because you never, like, you very, not, I shouldn't say never, you very rarely see that in romance novels. So my first book ever, Night, is about a couple over the age of 40. She's a widow and he's a divorcee, and they have adult children. So it's, a little different in that regard because a lot of time when you see single parents, the kids are really little. And it was like my FU to the romance community that like oldies still get it on, you know? And I was just gonna write that one and be done. Like it was, I just pressed publish one day. I didn't have an art team. I didn't even know what the word trope meant. I just hit publish. I wrote it, I hit publish, and that was it. And then I just fell in love with my characters, the like fictitious world I created, my readers, like the author community, which I, subsequently learned is so collaborative. I didn't know I was a rom-com author until after my third book when people started calling me a rom-com author. So then I really started to lean into it, and that's when I get into the like slightly more raunchy where my like personality comes out. But I really just did it just to show that there were people over 40. Now my characters I run them all over the place. I've had characters over 50. I've had characters in their mid 20s. I don't think I would ever go lower than that because that's the age of my kids and I don't want any part of that.
I couldn't do it.
No way.
Tanya knows that my favorite trope is post-divorcees because I am a divorcee. So
Mhm.
I am so excited to hear about this.
Yeah, I have a lot of books that are post-divorce. I could give you a list afterwards. I
I
have
would
at
love that. I would.
least 6 or 7 that I think are post-divorce.
Please.
Oh, that's amazing. You have such like inclusivity in your character range. I love that.
Yes. Oh, like all over the place. The one thing that's consistent is that I write strong women, because that was another thing for me. I don't love how women are often portrayed in romance as like naive and in need of rescuing. My women are all usually career women. My first two series were more in the business world. My last two series are in the sports world. But, you know, the women are professional athletes too in my world.
I have chills. I love that.
So,
What's your
sorry, go ahead, Hannah. I'll
oh,
ask my next one.
sorry. I was gonna ask what your favorite trope is to write.
So, like I said, when I started writing, I didn't know what the word trope meant. When I somebody asked me, I had to Google what trope meant. As it turns out, I happen to write a lot of second chance romances. It was not by design, but apparently I'm very drawn to that. And I'm very drawn to the insta love. Like I like the instant attraction. My upcoming book is my first true enemies to lovers where they truly hate each other like at first sight. So I tend to write a lot of insta love, a lot of second chance romance. Absolutely not by design. It's just clearly what I'm drawn to.
Well, AK, you made it through our 5 minute round. So this portion's going to go
It
on our
went very
social
quickly,
media.
to be honest.
It did. You never realize how quickly 5 minutes is until you're in the hot seat.
Right.
So this portion will go on our social channels, and then the full episode's going to go on YouTube and Spotify. So we'll just keep chatting. I did want to ask because I see that you are in a jersey, and you mentioned that you're writing sports romance. How did you get the idea to transition from like your workplace billionaire type situation to sports?
So one, know that all of my books world share. So all of my characters are always popping in because I can't ever really let anybody go. And it's kind of fun because now my books span like 12 years-ish since the first. So we kind of catch up with the characters, even in small tidbits from, you know, the characters from my first book appear in all of my books. So it's just like, it's always catching up with people. So what happened after my first two series was in my reader group, I did a poll. I just said on my Facebook reader group, I was like, where do you guys want to see me go? Do we want like a next gen? Do we want to transition into something totally different? And the unanimous vote was sports. Now, I was a college softball player. Two of my daughters are college softball players. It was like a duh moment. Like I probably should have started there, right? Because like there's nothing I know better than softball. People who have read my baseball softball series are like, we are super clear that you did not have to do any research for this book, that you knew what you were talking about. Yeah, it was just it was like it was just so natural and just such a dumb moment. So it's thanks to my readers. Now they voted for baseball. Now knowing me and my girl power approach, there was no way it was only going to be the men who were athletes. So immediately the women are athletes too. So my last series is baseball and softball, which has now become on my best-selling series. And then we are in this Caitlin Clark era right now, right? Women's basketball. And it's so interesting to me the hate that she gets from other women on one side, but then on another side, people like, I don't know how familiar you are with the WNBA, but then on the other side, there's people like Sophie Cunningham, who I modeled a character after, who is so protective, physically protective of her. So I just thought that that was kind of fascinating to me. And I was a tomboy, so there's really very few sports I don't know, except when people ask me to write like cricket or rugby. That's never going to happen. I don't know those sports at all. But I play basketball. I know I'm like a fantasy football girl. So kind of I introduced these characters in my baseball and softball series to transition to the basketball and football, just to kind of, add more sports to it. And I'm loving this found family aspect of writing sports. That's what it is, right? Ultimately, these sports that what people are attracted to is this found family aspect. And I love exploring it on both the men and the women's side of things in that regard, and how they kind of mesh together. So this is a fun place. I don't know that I'll ever leave the sports universe at this point. It's a good spot for me.
You're so talented to be able to write multi-sport books. Like that's insane. Usually one person like niches down and they
Right.
find what they're best at, but you are so talented and you have so much experience that you're writing across all these different sports. That amazes me.
Well, being a tomboy my whole life is finally paying off.
Can I request a sport?
Oh God, what?
Olympic weightlifting.
Oh, I don't know weightlifting. Oh,
That's
think
my
about it.
sport. That's the one I used to compete in it.
Oh, that's
And it
awesome.
was it
Well,
was
then
like my
you would
favorite.
have to help me.
I can do that. And bonus, you get to write things like snatch because that's one of the movements. So like
All right.
it fits with your RaunchCom.
All right, that's perfect. I'll have to think about that for sure.
Do your
I'm
girls
so down.
What's that?
do your girls read your raunch coms?
So they were a little younger when I started, and I initially said to them that they were not to read it. And by the second day that my first book was published, 2 copies arrived via Amazon, one to my oldest and one to my middle daughter. So they do a really good job of listening. Um, my middle read the first 100 pages of my first book and texted me from what was then high school and said, "Is that my conception story?" And I was like, I forgot that that's because she has a wild conception story. And
Oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
and she knew she had a weird conception story, but I told her I wasn't going to tell her till she was 18.
So she read it.
I was like, well, now she knows it, like word for word. Uh,
If you
so
haven't read the
that is
book, you
it.
really need to read it now.
My youngest read like 1 or 2 epilogues, and she's like, "Oh, these are good, Mom. I like them." But their friends read it, and I've actually given their friends some character names. Like Sully from Hometown Advantage is actually my one of my daughter's roommates, who, when I met her, begged me to give her a character. And when she saw the cover, she's like, "Oh my God, thanks for making me hot." So their friends read it, but they haven't read it. They can when they want to. They're all adults now, so they can when they want to. My mother reads them all.
I
But
love that even more than your kids
Me
reading
too.
it.
Yeah, my mom and I buddy read smut, and it's a great relationship builder.
she's like, sometimes I have to flip through the spicy scenes. But this book right here, Faking the Book Boyfriend, it's actually a prequel novella to my baseball softball series. There are a lot of scenes in like a 55+ community that is like my mom. And because now, like when she has funny lines, or she hears something, she calls me. She's like, she'll be like, the whole lasts longer than the pole. Is that good for a book? And I'm like, yes, that's definitely going in a book, and it did. So her community is very featured in this book.
Have you donated copies to them?
My mom actually hosted a book signing for me there, and like
No
60 women
way.
came and all bought books, and they asked me to speak. And my mom was like, just introduce yourself. 90 minutes later, these women are still firing questions at me. I mean, I was up there for 90 minutes with them asking me questions about writing and my journey.
Oh
Gosh.
my
But
gosh,
so it
your
was really
mom is
nice.
so
She had an open bar, that helps.
She
But it was
sounds amazing.
and now everyone in her community like runs up to, I go and play pickleball there sometimes with my dad, and like they run up to me and try to give me like stories. Like there are like 70-year-old men who are like, so and so got a BJ on the 19th hole, or the 18th hole on the course the other day. Do you want to write about it? I'm like, why isn't it? It's like an open license to come tell me that stuff.
You're the queen of RaunchCom, they know.
I guess
And right now you've got the crown above your head, like
I
floating
do.
there.
yes.
That was from my PA.
I really need you to write this BJ on a golf course.
BJ. And here's my, can you see my little screen in my office?
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
gosh, that
So
is
cute.
adorable. Look at the little character sitting on your book. Is that you or is that one of your characters? I couldn't
Well, it's
tell.
a nicer version of me, yes.
I love
Props to
that.
the artist.
How cute. Oh. Well, we are just about at time. So, what I wanted to do was open the floor to you to let you say whatever you want to say. It's open. You can make announcements, whatever. The floor is yours.
Um, oof. Well, I'm extremely excited about my upcoming release, which is Competitive Advantage. It's the second book in my basketball and football series. My beta readers are claiming it's my best book to date.
That's
You know,
awesome.
I tend to hit like a lot of laughs. Like my books are like you will cry your eyes out on one page and then laugh and tears the page after. So like this book is like up and down like that. Like I said, it's my first true enemies to lovers. I've written a business enemies, but not like a hate. Like this was hate at first sight.
Ooh.
So this was like sometimes it's nice to kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm really, really excited about this book. I'm able to get it out before I start my 2026 signing season, which seems robust. I also have a special edition of Double Play for that. I should take one down because they're so pretty. Oof. If I can get it.
Reg.
I don't know if you can see, it's foiled too.
Ooh.
And it's so pretty. I love it. Um, so they're
So,
only available at my signings next year. I will be at Wild and Windy West in Arizona. I will be at Sports Romance Con again, which was such a great first time event last year. It was amazing. I had the best time at that event. They did such a great job. So I have a bunch of stuff coming up this year. And then the third book in the series is gonna head back to my roots, where it's gonna be a couple over 40 again. So I'm excited to kind of get back to that and all the craziness that comes with after 40 dating.
so cute. Okay, so you mentioned some signings. Will you be at the Tea and Tropes event in Nashville in July? At the end
I
of
will
July?
not be at that,
Oh,
unfortunately.
you should sign up to go because I will be there as a vendor for my PR company. But I would love to see all of your books in person.
I will look into it for sure.
Heck
Um,
yes.
but
I'm
yeah,
sold.
and I was in Vegas this past year. That's a fun event too.
Oh, I bet.
Wow. Yeah, that one was huge.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And I love doing the panels. That's my favorite thing. Honestly, my favorite thing to do at signings are the panels. Um, those are great. So anybody who goes to signings, I encourage you to go to the panels. It's a great way to kind of meet the authors and ask questions and stuff.
My
Um,
gosh. I want to do a book babble panel now. You just gave me a really great idea.
That would be so fun.
you should.
Would you come on one if I did it?
Always. I'm always
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I'm gonna start working on that.
do
I'm so
it.
excited about it now.
And
All
if you
right.
want me to play off against somebody, by Jay Dolston, who I mentioned, when she and I do them together, it's
Okay. Sold. I'm gonna reach out to her as well.
you see our social media when we're together. We've taken baths together on TikToks. We've been in bed together on TikToks. It's
Oh
all
my gosh, I love
shenanigans
it.
take place.
Awesome. Well, I'll reach out to her as well when I start working on it. Amazing. Yay. Well, AK, we had so much fun today. We are just at time now, so thank you for coming on
For
and,
having me.
sharing your RaunchCom stories with us. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye.